seeing an interesting development. On the eve of Fed Now and some upcoming news in relation to the US dollar, we see articles coming out explaining how wonderful, how profitable BlackRock's ETF is going to be, and how it's going to slingshot the price upward, potentially, reportedly. We also have other articles pointing out BlackRock and, what you need to know about the ETF. Now, for some reason, they are focusing in on this crypto Bitcoin ETF heavily. It has been closely monitored. It is huge news in a legacy financial system because people are starting to think, well, maybe this provides legitimacy to cryptocurrency. Maybe, just maybe, we can make some insane gains off of this particular instrument. Arguably, they could inject a lot of capital into it and also manipulate, in a way, the price of Bitcoin itself. Because once you see large legacy enter into systems like these, you are then, as a retail investor, going to be competing against them. Which is funny because they are the ones that actually offer the product. But then we have about 30 minutes ago, I'll do a refresh, 41 minutes ago, we're seeing SEC says spot Bitcoin ETF filings are not clear and comprehensive enough. Now this is the source, Wall Street Journal. How often has BlackRock been rejected? Is BlackRock going to push back? I believe they will. And it's going to be interesting. We're actually going to be seeing, potentially, large funds going back and forth between the SEC to enable them to play with crypto, to allow crypto onto their platforms. Only BTC, the one and only. But just remember, we literally have your tickers. This news, going back to the ETF and the SEC, BlackRock and the other funds, etc., are actually, it didn't have much of an impact at the moment on the Bitcoin price. Now that's yet to be seen because this is breaking now. What will be interesting is if ETF gets approved, it goes through, all of a sudden large institutional investors are in the space further, and they may discover wrapped Bitcoin. Then they may discover the fork of the wrapped Bitcoin. Then they may discover, did you know you can get APR on your wrapped Bitcoin with the copy of the wrapped Bitcoin? Imagine if this is the timeline whereby some PRCs are able to reach parity. We've seen it before with Hex. I'm pretty sure Hex on Pulse chain is sitting higher than the Hex on the Ethereum chain. It's been done once before. I'm pretty sure if someone was to create a farm on the Ethereum side with Pulse chain, it would hit parity with Pulse chain. One for one. Also with the INC token, it would probably hit 1 for 1. Now back to this here. We're seeing insane gains on the wrapped Bitcoin, and it is extremely tempting to try and chase these mad gains. So I would be interested to see if this actually takes place. You come over here to wrapped Bitcoin from Ethereum, you can actually earn APR. This is happening in the crypto space if you are interested in this sort of play. Whether or not people adopt this, I'm not so sure. But It is a very interesting time to be watching cryptocurrency. I won't quote any George Soros quotes because someone didn't like it and they unsubscribed. Now, the only reason I covered George Soros, the only reason I mentioned his name is because a lot of people understand his and how he has made lots of money. So people appreciate that. So if people appreciate that, maybe people who appreciate money will appreciate Bitcoin ETFs. Maybe people who appreciate Bitcoin ETFs will appreciate free copies from wrapped Bitcoin. And maybe, just maybe, there is a world where the Bitcoin on the Pulse chain side will hit parity with the wrapped Bitcoin from the Ethereum. If that was to take place, what sort of gains would you be looking at? Currently, the price is around 120, pretty sure, last I checked. What do we got? Not confusing at all, you know. So one wrapped Bitcoin is about 29,000, right? Can you imagine the sort of gains one might see if wrapped Bitcoin on Pulse chain were to hit 29,000? All you DGens out there, what do you think? Alright, free speech signing out. And yeah. Bitcoin, we got your tickets.